AI revolution is killing businesses right now, and not the way you think. So let me show you why and how you can benefit from this. We'll talk about my personal experience of working with numerous companies, what these companies think they need in terms of the AI integration and is not gonna work, and what is actually working and you can successfully sell or use within your own company. For the past 2 years, we've built 50 plus AI solutions for different businesses, worked with 100 plus companies for the prototypes, demos, and pilots, which did not result into the actual production ready things. I've made 500 plus sales calls, sharing a few of them live on this channel. And these are the 4 types of the businesses that reach out to me. And this is how I categorize them after the initial discovery call. The ones that are starting out, struggling, doing okay, and looking for more, and doing great. And I categorize the things that they are looking for into these criterias. When we talk with starting out companies, usually the startups, they are looking for the AI as a selling point to show their investors or use it within their marketing. AI is a vehicle, aka go-to-market solution, so they are looking on how AI can increase their sales and try to go to the market faster, or AI is a core feature of their product, usually AI startups or the services like mine and agency services that are doing everything around AI implementations. The businesses that are struggling are primarily looking for AI to help them with marketing and sales. They're not looking for process optimization or scaling. They don't have enough leads or sales, and they come to us saying, "Hey, Eugene, we heard that AI can do a lot of different things, so let's talk and let's see how and what it can do." The businesses that are doing okay and looking for more obviously have the most amount of options. They are looking for marketing and sales, process optimization, and scaling. And the guys that are doing great are usually looking for process optimization because marketing and sales is not a problem and they have the existing processes that cover it. Now, so here is kind of the problem. If you pay attention, you will see that this AI as a selling point is not something that we as agency or as consultants can really help them with, especially if this is a tech startup, they'll be able to fulfill it themselves. AI as a vehicle is what they are ready to pay money for, and this is where they are ready to invest. And AI as a feature is a whole separate story because this is, a core within their product. So it's essentially go-to-market solutions, okay? There's some marketing and sales, and here marketing and sales. And based on the average, business survival rate from, some Bureau of Labor statistics, that, most businesses fail within, the first, 10 to 3-4 years. It means that most of the businesses that we talk to, that you will talk to or you will deal, are falling into one of these categories. So this is usually either the business that is starting out or struggling. And this is just the way it works. So most businesses are in these categories. And this is where I see a huge problem, and they're like ruining their own, careers and processes because they think about AI in a wrong way. Again, because I understand what they're asking and what they're looking for, even if they have not processed with us. So even if they did not go with the next step after, we build them in initial prototype. So they think that AI can help them with sales or marketing. When we talk about acquiring new leads, new prospects, new customers, it's everything about traffic and conversion in a very simplified way. Conversion can be, also categorized as sales. And that's where AI shines, and we'll talk about it later. But in reality, again, from 80% of the total businesses that exist, from the 100% that exist, 80% of the businesses are falling into one of these categories. And unfortunately, from this 80%, 70 to 80% are struggling with traffic and not conversions. Because conversion is either A, not a problem, or B, can be really helped by the AI. But most of them stuck with the traffic, with the eyeballs, with the attention. And if you think about the way how agencies like SMMA been evolving for the past 5 to 10 years, remember this guy that made SMMA really popular. So if you ask yourself why, is it because it's just a great way to make money? Probably not. It was, and it's still, a really good model because the regular social media marketing agency can sell their service pretty easily. It used to be that way. Now businesses don't really trust it, but it used to be that way because most businesses struggle with sales. Most businesses need help with marketing or go-to-market solutions. And besides that, again, primarily they are falling into the traffic category and not the conversion. And this is where exactly, marketing agencies comes in handy. Because if you think about traffic, it's either about the paid, organic, or cold. And the paid traffic, any, media buyer will tell you right now in 2025 that the paid ads, for the most part, is all about creative, offer, and hook. So, AKA, it's still the content. And now, if we think about the content, it's either text-based or video-based. Text-based on SEO, socials, or again, creatives for the paid ads, and video-based being, the content that you post on social media, like on YouTube, wherever, like Instagram, TikTok. And I am here to tell you that AI can really be helpful with the text-based content. It is. But when we think that AI, in terms of the content generation to drive traffic, it is not there, and I don't think that it will ever be. Not in terms of the quality, but again, think about it. Let's say in the next 5 years, you will really be able to create an identical avatars. And again, guys, I generalize this. Of course, there are pretty successful social media pages that are run by AI influencers, AI avatars being used in the UGCs. There are some exceptions, but if you think about it, when it's gonna be that good, imagine the saturation where anyone with any budget can pay $30 tool that can create unlimited amount of content. So now it still comes back to the actual offer and the hook and your ability to make it work. The point that I'm making is that when we talk about the traffic, AI is not really helping with the content itself. Super controversial take, there are guys that are selling the content generation systems. Okay guys, I post a lot of the content. I have the AI agency. Guess what? I don't use AI for my content. Yeah, so for the text-based, as a helper, as a verification, as the idea creations, yes, sure, and this is what I have the system, but it's not the actual production version. And when it's gonna be there, I don't know what's gonna happen, because now I am losing my ability, my edge, my advantage over the market, because I can articulate the things and I articulate my experience. But what's going to happen when everyone will be able to do that with just a few clicks? No one knows. So the point is that AI with the paid ads is not, a helper. With the organic content, it's more like a gimmicky way, or it's very specific use case which cannot be applied to most of the businesses. And now, again, the very big portion of the traffic that businesses are getting is the cold traffic. And the cold can be classified by the emails and calls. And it is like a really good use case for the actual AI, like an AI SDRs of the companies that pop up. And we have within the agency built quite a few AI SDR, AI, sales engine solutions that are researching prospects, personalizing emails to each and every prospect, scoring them, nurturing them, reaching out to them, processing the replies. Sure. But again, not all of the businesses that reach out to us that are struggling and starting out can be sold through the cold outreach. And again, cold outreach is primarily for the B2B businesses. How about the B2C? Now, again, the point that I'm making is that 80% of the companies that are out there, like it doesn't, like just out there, any country, are struggling with sales or marketing. And most of these companies struggle with traffic. And AI cannot really be classified as a magic pill. And I'm not talking about the complexity or some sort of features that are missing. Because when it's gonna be good enough, there's gonna be a situation where everyone's gonna use it, and you would need to think how to make it different, okay? So that's why usually we do not work with the companies that are falling under one or two of these categories. And not because they're broke and we like charge high ticket, which is the case, by the way, but primarily because it's hard to find a use case for them that can justify the spend. The only use case when it comes to sales and marketing can be found on the conversion side. So maybe these businesses have a really good SEO presence. Maybe they already dialed in the cold outreach and cold traffic, or maybe they have, some social media campaigns that they're running and they are struggling with sales. Yes, guys, this is exactly where, AI can be implemented. The things like AI sales reps, AI engagement agents that I was showing on this channel can really make a huge difference. And by the way, this is why I launched One Prompt, which is my own startup that you can find, by the way, the link in the description, where you can get 6 production-ready AI solutions that are ready. Like you can sell them, resell them tomorrow, or use within your business. And if you look closely, so these are the 6 solutions that you get access to, and omnichannel, inbound, prospect enrichment, and engagement agent. 4 of these solutions that are already ready that you can get access to are falling into these category, like this category. We're not talking about the traffic, because the business that is looking to get more traffic should go to Iman Gadzi, unfortunately, with these guys, and find someone good. Obviously, get burned by, scam agencies, and either, hire someone full-time or work with someone on a commission or retainer or whatever basis. I hope we're on the same page. Now, so here's what you can really need to focus on if you want to make your agency successful, or if you're a consultant, if you want to make a career helping businesses to implement the AI. It's not around the attention. And again, I know it's maybe controversial, but I don't really think that AI can help with getting the eyeballs. It's all about sales and operation. With operations, AI is gazillion% is useful already, but you need to find a use case. For the sales, I'm saying maybe, because it does depend on the company structure. So this is where the actual value that you provide matches the money that businesses can spend, and they can justify the spend based on the return on investment. And just remember these 3 stages. AI, the first stage is that AI cannot handle certain tasks, right? And this is where this is at, right? So the attention. The second stage is that when AI can handle something, but you're asking yourself, okay, do you really want this process to be handled by the AI? And again, unfortunately, right now, and this is more on the feature side, right? On the side of how like advanced AI technology is right now, is that sometimes like you do not like, even though some sort of you can build some sort of an automation on a workflow or an agent that can handle it, but you don't want to dedicate or delegate this process to the AI. And the third stage is where AI can handle this, and you and we want this to be handled. Okay, so these are a few use cases, again, just going back to what I was showing here, that you can really focus on. And it doesn't really matter if you're like trying to sell it or use within your business. The sales and operation. You can go watch more videos on my channel where I talk about it. But for example, one is the AI sales rep. Here is the use case, and I've been creating a separate video about it, of the agent that we built for a software startup that are, providing CV generation services. And what we did for them is a pretty simple chatbot that is connected on the last sign up page when the user is providing all the details to create the actual resume in the generator, and is trying to help them and upsell more services. And we saw really good results with it, and you can check out the video later. The engagement agent, where we've been working with another construction management software that has like this form, and when this form is getting filled out, our agent engages with the prospect, trying to provide as much detail and book the call. Or the lead qualification and nurturing agent that is also showing, this is another software that is providing a retail management systems that is doing very similar thing. Once the form is submitted, it's nurturing and qualifying the person because they are working with a certain amount of people. And these solutions are already made within the one prompt within my software, so you can just get access to them and start reselling. And your goal would be to find a really narrow use case for it. This will be like the hardest part, obviously, but the development side has been already done. Or when we talk about the operation side of the things, here you can either automate client communication with something like the WhatsApp agent if you are overseas where people use WhatsApp, or if you can automate the email or SMS communication for the companies, or something like the contract onboarding, requirement gathering, and stuff like that. Now, like, you need to pay attention that these things are usually gonna be relevant to the companies that are doing okay and looking for the process optimization, or for the businesses that are doing great. And yes, it's harder to sell. Yes, you should have the reach to these companies, and you need to be able to create like the actual trust. That's why I always recommend to start with something that generates them more money within one of these agents, or within something that you get access to within the one prompt, and not try to focus on the traffic generated activities. Because when you are gonna pitch this, or your service or your solution, as something that will bring them more money by not focusing on the existing traffic, but somehow getting new additional traffic, you might face some troubles and the chargebacks because you're not going to deliver the results. Again, the cold outreach is the thing. I wouldn't recommend you to do the actual cold calls. There is a thing like database reactivation, right? That you can resell, or personalized RVMs. These are the ways how you can do the cold outreach or the actual cold email infrastructures. But you need to find a use case. The email market right now is very saturated. We, by the way, still use the cold emails as the primary source of our leads, but it's hard. We send 2,000-3,000 emails per month, per day. And usually when you are gonna work with a B2B company, and especially if they are in the actual physical space, like a wholesale manufacturer, or the B2B insurance, or any type of the service, which is should not be like a marketing service, because marketing services are can be hardly sold to to other businesses within the cold emails. But there's, again, so depending on the niche, depending on your expertise in the case studies, what I'm saying is that you need to keep that in mind when you are talking with the businesses, or if you're the business and thinking about the implementation. It's all about operations and sales, aka conversion, and not the marketing and traffic. I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Peace.